So we just left the Star Alliance Lounge and we're headed down to our gate. We're departing out of gate 152 today.
Asiana Airlines flies their Airbus A380 twice daily between LAX and Seoul, and there are two different departures, the afternoon departure and the late evening departure. Today we're taking the afternoon departure at around 12:30. Since the Airbus A380 is a double-decker plane, we are in the business class section on the upper floor. And me being a good husband, I'm sacrificing for my wife and offering her the window seat that's closer to the window, which is a little more private in the 1-to-1 configuration cabin. The seat is more private because it's further away from the aisle and it has a little table between the aisle and the seat. My seat, on the other hand, which is not as nice, has the table that's closer to the window, and so I'm directly exposed to the aisle. Yeah, I know it's the older business class product, but I think it's still comfortable.
So the pre-departure drink is orange juice or water, so no alcohol. I mean, this is not the nicest business product, but it'll work. There's a amenities kit here. 2 wet towelettes. Tiffany's peeking over there. Slippers. Headphones. A water bottle. And this is like a Korean branded water bottle. And then there is a bedding kit. So something cool about flying the Airbus A380 is that there's just so much space. And so like on the side over here, there's like these storage bins that you could store your things in. And so like I could take my bedding set and toss it into that compartment to store for right now.
We strap in for departure, and the gate right next to us has a Korean Air flight that's also leaving for Seoul, and it's also an Airbus A380. It's always a treat to fly the Airbus A380, and I love these side storage bins because sometimes the business class seats comes with a couple different amenities and you don't have any space to store them. Since this is an older business class product, the table opens in a very manual and basic way, but at least it swivels away for you to allow you to get out of your seat. And not wasting a single minute, the staff then came around to hand us our drink and food menus for the flight.
So this is the menu, and there are 2 different options, which is kind of nice. There is a lunch menu that's a Western lunch menu, and then there's also a Korean lunch menu as well. Definitely going with the Korean option. The Korean option is bibimbap, which is one of my favorite Korean dishes. So looking forward to that. And drink-wise, they have a whole separate thing for an in-flight drink menu, which is pretty impressive. And since we have some time before the meal is served, let's go through the amenities kit. I'm not familiar with this brand, but according to Wikipedia, it's a US and German luxury brand. Everything in the amenities kit is pretty standard, like the typical toothbrush and toothpaste, socks, eye mask, comb, and a bunch of skincare products that I probably will likely never use. But what I do like about this amenity kit is that it's pretty slim and it's easy to pack into your bag to bring with you. So that's the amenities kit, and so now let's get over to the meal service. For some reason, I was not expecting chopsticks. I don't know why, but they're chopsticks.
So this is the first of the 3 appetizers, and you heard that right, there's 3 appetizers, and so this is a legit meal service. I got the Manhattan, and the stir stick has a little heart on it, which is pretty cute, but the Manhattan overall was very sweet, a little bit too sweet for me. This is the second appetizer, and as you can see, it's beautifully plated and it tasted good as well. So far, so good. The third appetizer was a soup, which was on the sweeter side, but it was still pretty good. And then finally, the main dish, the bibimbap. Food overall is just so comforting for some reason. There's veggies, there's meat, the rice, the sesame oil, the chili paste, mix it all together, accompanied with a warm brothy soup on the side. I mean, this is why we fly Asian carriers as much as we can, because the food and the service is 1,000 times better. then took a peek at what Tiffany got, and I was surprised to see that she got the Western meal. Something totally random that I found interesting is that the kimchi doesn't have the usual kimchi smell. I'm guessing it's some modified version of kimchi so that it doesn't stink up the entire cabin, but it still tasted good. And then finally for dessert were 2 traditional Korean dessert items, which were really good, but I was pretty full already, so I gave them over to Tiffany. And after every meal on a plane, I just have this thing where I just need to brush my teeth.
This bathroom's really spacious.
I forgot how big some of these bathrooms can be on the Airbus A380. The camera doesn't do its justice showing you how big this space is, but it is pretty big. This bathroom also has a window, which is always really cool to see a bathroom window on a plane. And then there's a small amenities tray with like toothbrush, mouthwash, razor, combs, and lotion. Shortly after, the lights were dimmed and some mood lighting came on, and it was time to catch some sleep. There's a mattress cover, a pillow, and a comforter, which all felt pretty good quality and were soft and comfortable. And even though it's an older business class product, the seat was still very comfortable with all the bedding, and I had no problem sleeping. After a couple hours of sleep, I woke up to the smell of ramen, so of course I had to order some. The ramen came with some pickled daikon and some of that kimchi again. And when you fly an Asian carrier, you have to always try the ramen, because ramen just hits differently when you're on a plane. Another nap, and with only 2 hours left in the flight, they started serving the last meal. The meal service right before landing is where the airlines usually don't put that much effort, but this is not the case for Asiana. They did the full fancy tablecloth in China again, and even the salt and pepper shakers were pretty fancy as well. Since we were landing in the late afternoon in Seoul, it was more considered of a lunch, and the starter was a seared tuna. And for the main dish, I went with a congee, which is nice comfort food and exactly what I needed for my jet lag. And then the meal finished off with this fruit tart, which I really enjoyed. And then right before we landed, the TV switched over to a stretching routine, which walks you through some stretches that you can do at your seat. And I secretly kind of love this.
We're in Seoul now, and now we're gonna go grab our checked bag. So my overall thoughts about Asiana business class. Well, the hard product, meaning like the seat and all the equipment and stuff like that, is pretty dated. I mean, it's old, but it is still in good shape, and it's still pretty comfortable. I mean, sitting near the aisle kind of sucks, and so definitely if you can get a window seat that's closest to the window, that way you have the little table that's to the right of you and you're not so close to the aisle, that would be ideal. But like sitting close to the aisle, I mean, it does suck, but it's not that bad. I think they make it up in the soft product. So the food was good, enjoyed all the food, and flight attendants were very efficient, very quick, getting service done, fulfilling requests and all that stuff. They're very quick and very efficient. Flying the Airbus A380 is always a treat. Double-decker plane, super quiet, and just so smooth because the plane's so big. And it just feels very spacious, especially if you're sitting close by the window. You have that extra cubby holes close by the window and that extra space. And so it's like an extra like 6 to almost nearly a foot away from the fuselage of the plane, so it does feel very spacious. So would I fly Asiana business class again? I think I would. I mean, since award availability trans-Pacific has been really tough to find, if I find another Asiana flight in business class, I think I would fly them again. There's always room to maximize, and sometimes there's no award availability to get some of the better business class products trans-Pacific, and especially flying direct nonstop into Seoul. There's only 2 airlines, there's Korean Airlines and Asiana Airlines. Korean Airlines is not easy to book with points, and Asiana is a little bit easier since it's a Star Alliance partner. If you're able to find the award availability, you can book through a Star Alliance partner, like Air Canada Aeroplan, Avianca Life Miles, United if you wanted to as well. So that's how I booked my flight. I booked through Air Canada Aeroplan. It was 75,000 Air Canada Aeroplan points per person one way. And to earn those Air Canada Aeroplan points, I transferred credit card points directly into Air Canada Aeroplan. So for 2 people, it was 150,000 Air Canada Aeroplan points and about $112 in taxes and fees. And so that's for 2 people. Split it in half, and that's how much it would cost for 1 person. Even though the business class might not be the most up-to-date and the most beautiful business class, it's still a more comfortable way to fly than economy. I often say that the worst business class product is still better than flying economy. Comment below and let me know what you think. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button as well if you like seeing content like this. I'll leave some more Korea videos over here that you can go check out. We're staying at the Andaz Seoul, so I'll put that video over here. And yeah, go check out some more of these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.